Everybody's out here sleeping. Good afternoon, pigs. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the farm. Thanks for joining us. We are on foot, trekking, bucket in hand, little man on my back. We are on our way to the pigs. Going to feed for tonight. It is a beautiful evening, October 16th. Got the little one running our way. What? What you doing? Always enjoy the big hugs. And we are ready for the next step of our pig journey here, as Mama's up here taking some pictures. So what we're doing tonight, we're actually taking pictures of the 13 piglets we have. We are going to finally get these guys listed. They are ready to go. Still feeding on Mama a little bit, but they are ready to go. They're eating feed and so forth. So we're gonna get those guys listed here. You guys that have been following us, we did process Ziggy off, so he is no longer with us. Good animal though, and we definitely made use of him. I mentioned in one of our previous videos that the first step of changing up our pig breed here will be to break the breeding cycle, process Ziggy. He ended up weighing, and this is a funny thing about it, I tried to go ahead and video most of that process. I'm not sure, depending when you're watching this, if I put that video up before or after this, but it was a very involved, dirty process. Anybody that has ever processed a pig, you know there's fat everywhere. So I didn't get quite the video footage that I wanted. So we did the old school method as far as measuring and what you do. I mentioned this long ago on our channel. You measure the length of the animal from the base of the ear to the base of the tail, and you also take the girth around the heart. So you do heart girth squared, so heart girth times heart girth, which was, I think it was about 50 some inches, and then the length was also 50 some inches. Multiply those together, divided by 400, and that will be your estimated weight. He actually came out to be about 445 pounds as far as our measurement. I always like to go on the conservative end, so we'll call it like 425-ish, just to be safe, as the pigs are definitely thirsty here this evening. So a 425 pound pig, definitely a lot to process. So unfortunately I couldn't show you guys the whole thing. Also, YouTube guidelines, y'all know how that works. They don't like to see the reality of life, and they don't want you doing on-farm processing. So there's not a whole lot I can show you when it comes to pig butchering day. So anyway, with that being said, we got him successfully in the freezer, packed away. Got a ton of meat, as you can imagine. Freezer is completely full. We just got a half beef as well about 2 weeks ago. So I went from a 14.5 cubic foot chest freezer that was, we were actually down to our last pound of ground beef from last year, from a half cow. Works pretty perfect with a family of 4 that eats primarily meat, plus obviously all of our other meat. And went from an empty freezer to a 100% full freezer with some carryover into one of our other chest freezers. Yes, we have multiple chest freezers, 3 to be, well, 2 chest freezers, 1 upright, and they are pretty much all full at this point. Broke out, and I didn't have time to go ahead and weigh everything out, but it broke out. You figure on a 400 plus pound animal yielding about 60%, you're talking over 200 pounds of meat. Obviously my dad, who helps us many times, got some of that as well. We brought a bunch of grind, came out to about 80, if you include some fat, probably 90 to 100 pounds of grind meat, which we'll do sausage at a later date. So it's definitely a good feeling going into winter with a packed couple freezers. We got lots of meat on hand. I think we'll be all right. And you might wonder why I'm walking back and forth, kind of out of breath here at this point. Well, trying to video this, we got the kids with us. It's a lot of weight I'm hauling back and forth, so getting my workout in tonight. So that brings us over to part 2 of I guess we'll say, this adventure of changing our pig breed. Like I said, we're getting pictures of these guys. We're gonna list them. We'll see what we can get for them, being that they are, you know, a homestead breed, like I've highlighted many a times. But 13 piglets, it's just too many for us. So like I said, it's time for us to move on to a different breed. Those of you that have not heard, we are looking to get something a little bit bigger, a little more substantial as far as meat production. I will say, you know, hindsight is 2020. Every time I process one of these animals, you know, I rave about how good the meat is, you know, the quality. I put a short up the other night about just the coloration of our pork, how red it is, almost in comparison to steak. So it's pretty cool. We've been definitely going crazy with the pork as well. Having a roast for dinner tonight, and definitely looking forward to that one. Still got these guys who will finish out at the end of the year. This one has definitely been eating his fair share, putting on some size here, which is nice to see. Looking to process them probably end of December, early January. And now that we did kind of break the breeding cycle here, or at least I hope, there's definitely some males in here. They're still a little small, but now that we broke the breeding cycle, we actually could raise some of these females out a little longer if we wanted to. So more to come on that one. It's really no rush, being that we have meat in our freezer. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. Either way, it's a beautiful night. Our little girl loves to be out here. Some of you have asked, and well, either online or offline coworkers of mine, you know, how the kids handle all this, knowing that we were gonna butcher Ziggy. So I did give her a heads up on the way over here. Kind of talked about it last week before we processed him. I gave her a heads up. I said, hey, you know, Ziggy's not over there. I just want you to be surprised. And her response is, yeah, I know. So I think she took it pretty well. She did tell me though she'll still be surprised. So gotta love just the humor. But it's all good here. We're definitely happy to have that big first step out of the way. Admittedly, I was definitely nervous to process Zig. You know, being that he was an animal that was with us for so long as well, there's definitely some emotion. I definitely hit on that in our last video. I know Joel Salatin says it all the time, that the second you stop feeling that, yeah, you definitely have to take a step back and kind of remind yourself why you're doing this. So definitely had that, and we're just glad to have it over with. Glad it was successful. I'll make my plug here. Anybody that's in Pennsylvania, Eastern Pennsylvania, I know a lot of times you guys are all over the place, but if you are interested in an excellent homestead pig, definitely drop us a comment below and we can help you out there. Like I said, we got 13. Majority of them, of course, are females. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It all kind of depends what you want here. But all 13 have been growing. They've been healthy this whole time, which is definitely a good sign. Want to get the buckets? She loves to help out, so sometimes she tries to lift a little bit too much, which is always funny as well. Oh man, Dawson, you all right?
This is heavy.
Is it heavy?
I can't
put that in
there.
We are gonna go enjoy the rest of this evening. Like I said in the beginning, it's a beautiful sunny evening. Not too many more of these to go. It is getting down already in the mid to low 30s at night. So winter is definitely coming. If you guys like what we're doing, as always, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, drop us some questions, comments below. Always curious to hear your guys' thoughts and help you out along your journey as well. So last plug, if you guys want some pigs, let me know, and we'll be with you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.